Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. It has begun already. A lot of political pundits had actually looked at the atmosphere and what is going on, and I have already started anticipating and predicting ahead of time that very soon there will probably be a six columnist. There will probably be those who will begin to rise up accusations against Peter Obi and probably come with proofs. Whether it is provable or not, that I will not know. But of course, an ex-NLC chairman have decided to speak up on what Peter Obi did in his time, and what he said didn't sit down well with a lot of Nigerians. And those who seem to be, or one or two persons who seem to have worked under the administration of the ex-NLC chair, have decided also to counter his claim. Honestly, this is really bad to the ears. I guess this is also part of politics where dirty mouths are always thrown. So you got to have thick skin and have your team on ground to probably respond as the case may be. I don't think at this rate Peter Obi should be doing the responding. I think at this case he should be bringing his media team to respond every allegation that is supposed to be trashable to be trashed. But let's find out exactly what he said that is actually making the internet to go agog. Nigerians are reacting very seriously. Let's go straight into the news. Anthony happens to be the current, let's take that again. Dr. Anthony Chukwuemeka, while responding to a series of questions asked from him, a journalist on the state of strikes in Nigeria and how pensioners have been faring in Nigeria, he narrated what transpired between workers and Peter Obi in Anambra State while he was the governor of the state. Anthony happens to be the current chairman of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners Anambra State chapter and the former state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress when he retired from active service in 2011 and became the pensioners chairman in 2016. When Anthony was asked about the reason the NLC, that's Nigerian Labour Congress, went on strike during the regime of the former governor of the state, Peter Obi, he narrated how the former governor owed the state workers and pensioners backlogs of salaries and even left about 11-month backlogs for the incoming government of Willie Obiano. Let's find out his words word for word now. He said strike action is the last resort any union would take to attract the attention of the concerned authorities to their demands. When I was the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress in Anambra State, Peter Obi was the governor. We wrote letters to him about 8 times on matters that had to do with the promotion of teachers and benefits and allowances payable to some directors. We articulated all the demands and allowances in lieu of the availability of the accommodation, but he did not respond or reply. Then we decided to go on strike, not because he owed us. He said the Nigerian Labour Congress had to go on strike because it was the last resort on union. I take that again. He said any union would take to attract the attention of the concerned authorities to their demands. However, before they went on strike, the NLC, that's Nigerian Labour Congress, wrote about 8 letters to governor, which he neglected and failed to respond until he finally advised Nigerians to get a permanent voters card (PVC) so that they can vote for their preferred candidate in the upcoming general elections. Of course, Nigerians have decided to respond to this. This is before I take the response of Nigerians. Of course, I'm going to take response of someone who seemed to have worked with him directly, and he gave a different narration totally. I think I should start with what he said. Then we'll now look at what Nigerians are saying generally. Well, according to one Avalord, he said, and I quote him, he said, I know Anthony very well. He's from my community and I was his secretary those days. All he stated here are all eyes against the governor and the government of Peter Obi, who did everything to cushion our poor situations before he took off the Anambra State. Anthony was going through the back of the NLC Anambra State chapter and was requesting another thing from the governor against our demands. And Governor Peter Obi told him to come with his escorts and table his secret demands from him, which he could not do. He is a man who does not have character and can do anything for money. Nigerians should please disregard what he said. Okay, a lot of people started commenting over what he said. But what caught my attention before we go to full analysis now is the fact that he said something here. He said, look, that we decided to go on strike not because he owed us. All right, which means whatever oil could be on a federal scale. I've been going through a lot of comments here. A lot of people believe that at that time, and honestly, it is not propaganda now. You check it. How can somebody who wants to leave governance, he's done, all right, he kept some monies in dollars for his predecessor. He's going to take over from him. That's Willie Obiano. He didn't stop there. He kept some monies, in good amount of money, in both in dollars and in naira. Made one or two investments in Anambra State's name, Anambra State funds, and left. So if that kind of person have the capacity to save and not to give him debts, he did not collect loan and heaped for his predecessor. He did not, sorry, his successor rather. He did not collect loan and kept for his successor. He did not collect loan and say, look, this is the amount you have to be paying loans, but rather he kept excess, surplus, savings for him. So if he could do that, why would he leave backlog of 11 months? It could be, I'm only saying now, it could be that the money in question here could be federal level. Now, if it's federal teachers or federal workers, that's from federal parastatal. This goes coming from the federal government. Okay, so until they give, they sign, they disburse. So he cannot give except you're telling him to give in advance, and when the government money comes and the FG's federal government money comes, he will not take the money back. If not, he has a lot of money, something to do with money. So if it's for state, of course he's going to pay. I don't know, it doesn't add up. I feel that there's some sort of conspiracy theory going on right now. But for those who live in Anambra, who have once lived in Anambra, or who was under his administration, should please comment in our comment section to find out exactly what transpired during the time of Peter Obi. But honestly, I feel Peter Obi had a clean slate. All right, let's feel the pulse of Nigerians very quickly. I'm going to take this quickly. This one I say, this Anthony is actually evil. Judas of that generation. He has been bought over by the opposition. I am from Anambra State. Peter Obi has no comparison in terms of excellence in governance since the creation of Anambra State till date. This Anthony was among those who conspired and impeached Obi because he debunked their demands for selfish pursuit. Still court returned Peter Obi to continue his governance. So no shishi, Anthony, no shishi. Go and rest. We will vote for Peter Obi to rescue Nigeria from parties. Miss Ruana person is saying, and the same Peter Obi begging Nigerians to vote him. As for me, I will not waste my vote on him. This one's a different person. And that person here is saying, you can Igbos, when will you have sense? How much will the bad man pay you to betray your own brother? Think is only thank is, I don't know what it's trying to write. I'm so sorry, I can't take that. This one here is saying, with this kind of face you even have, will any normal person pay salary? I don't understand what it's trying to write here. And that person here is saying, Nigerians should disregard what the man said. The answer is no. Nigerians, we need to be sure of whoever we are voting for. Let Peter Obi come and defend himself in the presence of the man with evidence before Buhari begin president. He has trust no one. Let Peter Obi defend himself. If you want to go by trust, should we begin to tell the rest of the people who have indictments from EFCC until up to today, EFCC have not been able to do anything? Come on, let's get real and stop playing partisan politics. That's going to wrap it up. Let's put in our conversation. What's the take?